So the last two times I did my lawn, I easily put my key somewhere and found it, right? Right. Well, this time I'm having problems locating the key, right? Now, it ain't the house, right? I usually put it somewhere where I can easily find it the following week or following month, right? Right. I know that much. And usually when you set something down, it stays where you sit it. It's just one damn key, right? I either set it on my dresser or on the coffee table or one of the end tables or maybe even on the drum. So again, right? When things turn up missing, that's how I know it's missing, right? Though again, this ain't happened till now. So it's not my imagination, right, that the key's missing. Someone would have to come in and take the key, right? Because I ain't moved it. Until I need it, I don't even worry about it because I know I put it somewhere where I could easily find it the next time, right? I don't hide it from myself. I don't trick myself intentionally where the whole key's missing either, right? No one does that usually when they live alone, right? See, now when you're living with something big, Roddy, and here's the problem, and the keys turn up missing, someone moved them usually. You know that, right? Jerk. Are you trying to teach Marceline a lesson about not leaving your keys out? Probably. Smart ass. At least in that issue, right? If you did, right? The thing is, though, only time someone can get in the house is when I'm what? Out. Anyway. Now, yeah, it could fall on the ground or things like that, but usually I what? Look for it first. Right. And I look for it pretty good, right? First I do the dressers, right? Then I do the coffee table. Then I do the end table. And then I look around the last places I could have put it, right? And if I don't see it within a reasonable amount of time, that again means I gotta replace it, right? Right. Because I don't hide it from myself. See, there's no reason the key should just disappear into thin air unless someone took it when I was out the house. See, I'm not just saying they're doing it for spite. They're doing it for spite, right? I know they are. When someone is messing with you, right? Whether they're a good person or a bad person to other people, they're being a dick to you or a bitch to you. Excuse my French there, YouTube, right? And you're not doing them wrong. You're trying to let them go. You're trying to repent. See, repent anyone can do, idiot. Even if you make me mad, right? For not listening to me and listening to someone else about me. Even if you thought it was me, it wasn't me, right? That's all I can think of, too. Maybe the shipmates further pretending they were me, but typed up the letters or something when I'm messed with them about it, right? If they're also trying to code red me, and I have amnesia of that part. So they can't just throw me overboard and explain how after 2 years on the ship I suddenly fell overboard, right? I know. Right. And even if I'm hearing voices by 93, I don't even talk about that till when 93, when I actually know I heard something in my head say, Jerusalem. That's when I said it happened, right? Never said it happened before then, right? Right. That puts it after the shipmates, right? In the church, pulling their unique shit program on me, right? which I knew was off, right? In my opinion, Now, the thing is, right? Men harass men, right? Which on a first date with someone or a second date, even, right? If you're letting me do sexual things, you need to specify, Sheena Johnson, what I can or can't do, right? Now, no one knows you any more than I know Dwayne The Rock Johnson or Sheena from the comic books. Or Tanya Roberts, who played Sheena even, right? Right. But I know the name Sheena for a reason. Not you. You're not the reason I know the name Sheena, right? The comic book character. Just like Shane is a character in both the TV series and a movie, right? Starring Alan Ladd and David Carradine, right? I didn't even know about Alan, right? Thought I saw it on TV. Are you omniscient? I'm not. I'm looking for a girlfriend, though, even if one of the two witnesses. Do you understand? Because the church is confusing me. No. They can't handle their lukewarmness, Sheena Johnson. And that their lack of mercy is their lukewarmness with God. I know. Their condemnation isn't from God, it's from Satan, and they don't get it. Yes, you have standards. Yes, you have right or wrong things to do, but some things God might even work with you in, like breaking the Sabbath. He don't want everyone stoned, right, for picking up sticks, right, on the Sabbath, if you're doing it for a reason, right? Say you're gathering a little wood for a fire or something. So, what? Right. Don't add to what Moses said or take away from what Moses said, but understand sometimes he speaks in parables. Now, if I'm picking up my keys, right, and it's the Sabbath day because I need to go and buy me a key, right, it's still the Sabbath day, right? But if you get out of bed and walk to your living room, that's a work too. What you gonna do? Lay in your bed all day like a statue? Did God say that either? Do not the priests work on the Sabbath day and yet they don't defile it? Right. Didn't Jesus say that too? A law is fine, but if you take it too far, it becomes tyranny. The whole point is take a break, take a day off, or two, even, right? And don't do servitude type work, right? It's trying to tell you something there. Something you can take too far and actually stone someone. But do you really have to go to God to ask God what to do about someone picking up a few sticks? Probably not. It's just a few little sticks. Is that what he means? No. But why is the story there, right? Because it also told you to stone him, right? That's not God. That's not good, right? One is teaching you the knowledge of good and evil, right? Ain't that evil to pick up stones to stone the man? Which is worse, picking up a few sticks. Or picking up stones to stone him on the Sabbath day. See, just because he says something happened, right, don't even mean it really happened. It's a parable. Though, like Jesus said about the sowers, right, sowing the seed, right, it depends on your ground. Usually, when a farmer has a field he wants to put seed in, right, he tills the ground first. He don't just do it anywhere. He knows if he does it in the rocky place or the thorn place, right, he's going to have a problem before he even does that. Right? So the first thing the farmer's going to do is till the ground. Right? He's going to get a plot of land, right, where he can plant his plants. Right? And then he's going to plant his plants. See? But if he's around, I guess, that kind of land, right, where there's thorns and thistles and this, that, and the other, right, and tares among the wheat, right, which only an enemy can sow tares among the wheat. Only the enemy, there's only one enemy who's the enemy in the Bible. Mm-hmm. His name is Lucifer, Halel, whatever. Mm-hmm. Something with a B in the Greek. Right. Right. But if you don't care to know, you don't know. Right. If you want to know, it's in there for you to learn. Right. But if you think you know it all, not even Jesus can tell you you're wrong. That's a problem too. Lukewarmness, any pastor, right, from Jesse Duplantis all the way to Joyce Myers, right, any pastor who is reading something in the Bible and neglects what it's saying is lukewarm about that particular passage. But it don't mean they don't have a ministry either, right? They do. But they're more 30 or 60 fold than 100 fold if they're leaving certain things out, right? Okay, that's not bad, right? But it's not perfect either, right? Now, what did Jesus say? Be ye perfect, for I am perfect, right? Be ye perfect, for your Father in heaven is perfect, right? He loves us perfectly. That's why we can sin against each other, right? In the first place. That's why we make mistakes. All of us as human beings. Even Moses, even Elijah ran from Jezebel. Mm-hmm. Even Hosea married a prostitute twice. He had to get her back and pay for her twice. Right? Maybe the same thing both times, though he only mentioned it once, but come on, right? You gotta buy that kind of woman. Not that she was trying to treat her as a slave, but a wife. Mm-hmm. Now, when you're doing that kind of work, you're a sex slave, even if you're doing video cams on the internet. You're jerking off for other men, right? And it's just as promiscuous, technically speaking, right, as having sex with a bunch of men too, right? Because you're calling it a hookup when it's not a hookup, right? But it is lust, right? If you're going to judge me for just masturbating to a magazine, right, that's worse, right? Not better, right? You're seeing the woman right in front of you, right? And masturbating to it, right? But that's why you ask things, because you don't know everything, right? Now, should I have asked Sheena more? Maybe, right? But should she have told me more? Yes, too. Yes, too. When you're dating, you meet someone for the first time. Now, then I was only around 150 pounds, right? It's not until after Daphne that I even gained 20 pounds, which made me 170 when I fell. Right. Now, with the disability, right, the ankle and pelvis being broken, right, even what I eat might cause me pain, right, sometimes, right? Or being on it too long, right? I don't know either, right? But I do try to believe I can be healed one day. But the problem is the injury, the ankle is kind of jagged, so is the pelvis, right? So is the sacrum oddly broken, right? And it's just a 24 feet fall at the most, right? if I fell from the second story, third story window, even, right? That's if I didn't try to catch myself either, right? Or hit the side of the building on the way down. Now, that's two parts of a fall. First, you fall after you let go of the roof, right? Get on the window ledge, right? Well, if you slip from there, right, that's all you remember, you assumed you hit the building or something and then fell the rest of the way. But if you hit the building with the side of your head, right, exactly, right, and then you fall the rest of the way, right, you're still lower by about 7 to 8 feet or 10 feet, whatever it was, right? I know. And you try to catch yourself too normally, right? But then you don't remember anything else, right? Usually too, right? You would have amnesia, right? Well, then you're following knocked out, right? That's why I don't hardly remember anything for 2 whole weeks. Nor would I know my stepdaughter woke me up or not. That's what I keep telling you too. Now, I did tell you I would confess it if something happened. And I told you all I could confess is if she came in there to me, right, and woke me up, right? And what I might or would not do with her if she did, right? I never said that really happened, right? I said I could have molested her but didn't, right? Even that don't qualify for anything wrong, right? What I told you over the years could happen, right? See, the word could have and should have and would have are not definitive. If I say I did or didn't do something, right, after I said I could have molested her but didn't, that's a definitive statement. I didn't molest her, right? I could have because I'm around her and sleeping on the couch, right? But I didn't because she was in there with her mom all night, right? Unless her mom remembers something I don't, right? And then it's her, not me, remembering that, right? See, if she did come in, I gotta worry about it, right? One, I gotta wonder why first, right? Does she need something, right? Does she need to A, get something to eat or drink, right? B, 2 things, go pee or a bath or shower. That's all I know a child of her age would need to, not sex, not to be molested. She don't need that. And even I know that at 23. I also didn't hear, or 24. Actually, that was a year later, right? That I even met her, right? And I'm trying to deal with the voices too positively, not negatively. I was always taught to take every thought into captivity to the obedience of Christ anyway, like all Christians are, and to try the spirits to see if they be of God. Even if you're hearing voices like Paul or Moses or right, whoever, you're to try that voice and make sure it's something good and not evil. Like starting someone for picking up sticks on the Sabbath day. You don't need to go to God if a man's just picking up a few sticks on the Sabbath day. Now, is he, again, doing it all day or just picking up a few sticks around the house or something? Tidying up. We would call that today. Now, if I cut my grass on the Sabbath day, because it's a day of rest, is that serval work if I use my riding lawnmower, my lawnmower? Or do I have to wait till more evening on Saturday or Friday? Right? Do it more in the mornings. Right? On Friday or Saturday, do it more in the evening. Right? It's not that you can't work that out. Either. But if I stone you for it, am I being good or evil? Evil. I'm murdering you for picking up sticks on the day of rest. Where I have to pick up stones, which way more, to even stone you. Does that make sense? No. No. Some people don't have common sense when it comes to the law or the rules. They take it too far. I know. They want to punish you like they're God, right? Who do you think taught you that, right? The devil? Whereas God teaches unconditional forgiveness, unconditional love. Even if you make a mistake, God still loves you. He don't stop, right? But we stop loving each other for a mistake. That's the whole problem. That's why the girl probably got confused, because the other person is harassing me and I'm going to nail salons, not expecting to really meet someone or not. Right? But if I did, I'm going to ask her age. I know that. Especially if she looks like Michelle Kwan and I can't really tell. Right. Right. Then I'm going to ask her age, right? If I'm not sure, right? Now, if she tells me 37, I'm going to say, okay. If she tells me 15, I'm going to tell her, okay. But one, I will lose the hour of time with and know why, even if I don't remember why, or pretending I don't. To protect her if I found out afterwards she was really 15. See, again, if I go in there and she tells me she's 37 at first, and I lose an hour of time in addition to being in there with her and doing the nails, right? I know something else happened, right? Other than the nail job. I had did a few before that, right? Even before that, right? It's not like I'm unfamiliar with doing my nails and getting the pedicure and manicure, right? I just ain't did it in a while. Not until Statesboro. Now, I'm not picking someone, but if you know someone is 15, right, and I go to her store, right, and you tell her I would have sex with her if she's 15, and if she's a virgin, and if she's this, that, and the other, right, and she tells me she's 37, that's why that happened. Not because she told me she was 15, right? If she told me she was 15, that wouldn't have happened, and I wouldn't have lost the hour, and I would have done the nails only, right? Now, another thing is if she sort of blacked me out somehow, either, like I said, hit me over the head or shoot me, I don't know, and I healed like the Wolverine in a few minutes, she can't prove that or disprove that either, and has to pretend nothing happened, right? Herself, because that's attempted murder, right? So even a 15-year-old could be charged with murder charges versus a disabled veteran trying to find a girlfriend sleeping with the woman he thought was 37. Right? A little bit different there. Legally, I can do that if you're really 37. Now, the thing is, if you're 15, I ain't saying you can't get training before you're certified. Right? That's what that will be. But you have to tell me when I come into your store, you're 15 and working in your dad's store, and get my permission to do my nails. That's all you would have to do. Right. And I wouldn't have cared, right? And I would have let you do my nails. And that would have been all we would have done, right? I guarantee it, right? You would have known she was doing that. Right, I didn't know till after someone on the internet told me she was 15. The jerk off talking to me now who keeps having to change their page, right? Their channel. Mm-hmm. Whereas I'm pretty much consistently on the same channel, right? Telling you a story, right? Of how I grew up and things like that. Now, this person really has it out for me. It seems like, right? They won't let nothing I say go. They won't believe me. I fell 3 stories even with medical evidence, right? That person is screwballed, right? There's something wrong in their head and I can't reason with them, right? Now, even Jesus says, come now, let us reason together in the Old Testament. Who do you think's talking then, right? The pre-incarnate Christ, right? Before he becomes Jesus of Nazareth, right? That's what most Christians believe who believe in the Bible. Even lukewarmly. Even lukewarmly. Even if, like Peter, they want philo love, brotherly love, over agapeus or philius. Jesus is using a slightly different Greek word there. Not Peter. All 3 times he says philo, 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 right? Or philo, philo, philo. Philo is brotherly love. It ends with an O. Theo, like I said, is masculine in the Greek. Thea, which is a Thea, is feminine, and theos, he uses an is, not an os for some reason too. And John wrote it. Just like he has an I in mastos for female breast, usually. Except with Jesus, huh? Right. Why is it using the feminine word with an I, as Luke uses, right, for the 2 women, right? I know. Both the woman suckling Jesus and the women who give suck. He uses the same word, right? And even stethos is used for the men beating their chest. And when John is at the Last Supper with Jesus, he uses stethos. But there's a girdle, right? Where? Gird about the chest. Gird about the chest. Not the waist. The chest. Up here. It's not because he has 2 on either. Just one. Just one. But it was with Gabriel or Michael around the waist at first. Until Christ was fully manifested in the flesh as God in the flesh. 1 Timothy 3:16. For without controversy, great is the mystery of godliness. Who was manifested in the flesh? Now, the reason some people say God was manifested in the flesh is because it's a question, but it's also rhetorical. One, in the previous sentence, he's talking about God, right? The church of God and all this, that, and the other. So then he says, great is the mystery of godliness who was manifested in the flesh. And so on and so forth, right? Seen in the world, blah, 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 right? Believed among the Gentiles, taken up in the glory and all that, right? But he's talking about Jesus there too, right? Right. Who is God in the flesh, right? Who was manifested in the flesh? God. So we're all God in the flesh. God in the flesh, right? We're just not all like Jesus. If you're lukewarm, who's the other one you're being like if you're not like Jesus fully? Satan? There's only 2 cherubim, and the rest fell after him, right? In Genesis 6. Doing the same thing. Sex with mortal women. By then we were mortal too, right? So by coming here, they took on the same mantle of death that the tree of life brought on Adam and Eve and himself, right? See, that's what you don't get. The punishment covered the tree of the knowledge of good and evil and Adam and Eve, right? If they ate right, of the same tree, right? And there's the fruit of the body and the fruit of a tree, right? Those are same thing, but one's for a human to reproduce and one's for the tree to reproduce, right? And they both have seeds, except two become one flesh. Two, saith he, shall be one flesh, right? Pregnancy occurs when the sperm and the fallopian tube releases the egg, right? The egg travels down the fallopian tube into the womb, right? The sperm goes up the vaginal canal into the cervix and into the womb. That's where they meet and become one flesh, right? And it's half her DNA and half his, not just his. That's why Job gave his daughters an inheritance. After all that. Or do you miss the whole point, right? He's the only one to give an inheritance to his daughter in the Old Testament, right? Without them having to do anything, right? More than be his daughters, right? But men don't see that, do they? That's your lukewarmness. That's Peter's philo love. No. His idea of male love over female love. He's crazy about it, right? Maybe by now. He more philo loves than loves, right? Agape us love, right? Now it's also agape ooh or something like that, right? I've heard it said differently too, especially when in 1 Corinthians 13, right? It's about a little different there, right? But you gotta look, right? I'm just telling you because I done seen it, but I might have been focusing on something else and have to look again, you know. Right. I might have forgotten some of the details because I, like all people, I know what I'm talking about, but you don't, right? You don't want to hear it even, it seems, right? But I still got to try to tell you. That's the problem, right? Even if you don't understand it and I do, I'm more responsible for it, right? Uh-oh, just how it is. That's just the way it is. Some things will never change. That's just the way it is. Ah, but don't you believe it? Why does he say that? Because you can change. Because you can still change, right? It's never too late to change, right? But the change means you got to accept you're mistaken, not somebody else who's showing you where it's at, right? If I'm not showing you with the scripture, you can deny it. But if I'm showing you with the scripture or a word even, right, that's the problem. Teachers having itching ears. Like a dog. It's scratching its ears with its paw. They don't want to hear the whole truth, right? Not saying they don't know enough, right? Or God ain't working with them while they're mistaken, right? He works with us all while we're mistaken, right? That's why he died, to cover our shortness in the Lord, right? But at the same time, sin is sin, right? Wrong is wrong and right is right. Never change, right? Now, it's better to be with a woman than a man, right? If you're a man, right? And vice versa, it's better to be with a man than a woman if you're a woman, right? We're designed to reproduce that way and only that way. The other sex, right? The other way to do it is plausible, right? You can do it, right? But it's considered wrong, right? Why? Simply because we don't want you to have gay sex? Is that it? No. It's not profitable, right? It don't produce offspring, right? Now, if you're a agriculture or even a herdle, right? You know what I mean? They have herds of cattle, right? And for meat too, right? Whatever you're doing in your agriculture community, whether it's raising cattle or even vegetables or fruit or whatever, right? That's to help society as a whole. Mm-hmm. Now, why does it talk of turning the swords into plowshares? Right? You need food more than you need war. If you do war, yes, you destroy your enemy, right? But then you also destroy that enemy's land. You destroy that enemy's way of life, right? You're committing genocide sometimes. In the name of your god Satan, the god of war, the god of rebellion, not the god of love. Love don't war unless it has to defend itself against the evil of Satan, right? Then it don't have a choice but to war back, right? And what it does is still differently than Satan. How does Jesus war differently if Satan condemns? He forgives unconditionally. All you got to do is say, I made a mistake, right? With Jesus. If she was 15 and said she was 37, I made a mistake, and I don't recall during the hour fully what happened, but I know I lost an hour, right? I know I'm trying to find a girlfriend, right? And I know I don't look perfectly, but maybe she looked better than me, but maybe I just thank my lucky stars too, right? If she shared an interest, right? Now, I'm just looking for a girlfriend too. Now, most Asian women, and here's the thing, are usually under 5'5". And once they hit their mark, right, their height, right, they stay that way. Right. And they kind of look the same. Well into their 60s. Like I said, the woman at the Chinatown buffet been there since I've been there, right? And I'm not sure if I got there in 2000 or 2004, but somewhere around there, right? And then whenever it opened, right, I was going out there because I had my car and I was still trying to work a little bit and this, that, and the other, right? Now, I ain't saying I didn't try to work a little bit even after I went on disability, but I know I still could do it. Now I'm permanently and totally disabled with the VA. That kind of changes things, and I don't know what to do about it, but I just can't snap my fingers and find a job, even a driving job. I got to deal with arthritis pain if I sit too long, right? Or walk too long, right? Or ride too long, right? All the above, right? Right. Okay. Do you understand? I'm trying to work it out, right? Even the voices, right? But I still hear them so that you can confuse me, right? Real easy if you don't play by the same rules you want me to play by. If I go into a store, you're supposed to be 16 to work in the store. Don't come forward and do my nails if you're 15. I don't know. But I'm going to ask you to make sure, right? If I'm arguing with someone about it, right? That's the whole point. And it don't mean I'm trying to be with you or have a problem with you. But if you tell me you're 37, I don't think you're an adult, right? I don't know, right? Even Caitlin or Megan, right? I asked their ages. Why? I don't know. Because from 14 to 16, right? You can get a job, right? That's why you ask the age. But also from 14 to 16, most girls are almost fully mature, right? Even if you're a tall girl, right? By 16, some of them become supermodels. Right, Tyra? When you look good too, right? I look okay. I said, like I said, I'm about a 7, 8 even disabled, right? But not much, between 6 to 8, right? And I can look better at times or worse at times, right? I can lose weight. I got big arms this way, but they're a little flabby this way. But that's everybody, isn't it, right? True. Now, I'm not like the Vikings, big. Mm-hmm. But again, I'm not as in shape as The Rock, but I got a little muscle content, right? Little fat, right? Especially down here. There's a big. But it's like a saddle for a woman, too. What can a woman do on top, right? If I'm a little big, but not too big, right? Ride me like a saddle. Ever heard of the cowgirls? I wanna be a cowboy, boy. And you can be my cowgirl, girl. That's what I mean, baby. I'll let you on top if I'm this big. Or we could do it from behind, but that's only 2 ways, right? And even then, right? I know. But I can show you how. If you let me, if you don't, you don't, right? I know what I would say to her, whether I fully remember it or not, to protect her over me, right? Especially if he attacked me, too, with some kind of weapon. Okay. Okay. Bye.